5, be prepared to study the word deeply. Deeply, you see in verse 11, they examined the scriptures. Examine here can refer to a legal process. This is an in-depth, intelligent, searching, detailed investigation of the scriptures. Some of you work so hard in other areas of life. You're trying to learn a language, trying to get a degree. You're working at an instrument or a sport, or to get ahead, or to prove yourself, or to get into med school, or to finish law school, and you're working very hard. And yet as Christians we think it just sort of comes by osmosis. You just kind of just sort of hang out around the Bible and you just start getting the Bible. The Bereans were examining, searching, investigating, because there is a unique confidence you have when you see things for yourself in the Word. Oh, yes, God gives us teachers and preachers and commentators and all the rest. But when you see it, because you've looked into it, you've checked the cross references, you've looked up in the concordance, you've thought it through, you've prayed it up, you've taken notes, there is a whole other level of confidence. You're not just getting this secondhand. It's not just derivative. It's not just, well, I heard it at church or I heard it from my parents. No, you looked in the Word and you've seen this yourself. That takes time. It takes a willingness to dig deep. It's not about being the smartest person in the room. There's nothing in the Bible that says you have to be the smartest person. But you do have to examine. Sometimes, it's a very wonderful comment. Sometimes people will say to me or Ben or someone, they'll say, man, what you got out of that passage, I never saw that. Now, I choose to take that in a good way as opposed to what you got out of that passage, man. Whoo, I did not see any of that there, but interesting. So I take it as a good thing. But listen, yes, a pastor's been to seminary and preached hundreds of sermons, so there's some practice. But we're not doing anything that you couldn't be doing. Many of you are doing. I'm just like you. When I get to most of these passages, I read through it, and my first thought is, what in the world am I going to say? My second thought is, I don't know, but it'll probably take too long to say it. And it's only after I read it, and I read some more, read some commentaries, and study and pray and take some notes that I think, man, I've read this chapter 30 times before, and I'm seeing things I haven't seen. You can see things you haven't seen, but you have to dig deep, study,